Lucky, and I am the creator of this channel, Grounded and Galactic. And today, I'd like to talk about a few things, actually. The first thing that I want to talk about is when you don't know what your purpose is, or you don't know why the things are the way that they are in your life at this time. And without knowing you, without ever speaking with you, I can tell you that your purpose is to be authentically you. I questioned what my purpose has been for a long time. I told you all that I was born and somewhat raised in Kansas City, Missouri. And I was raised in Florida, Orlando, Florida. And I remember one time I was staying with my brother. He was living in a house in a little community called Carver Shores. I don't, if you know, you know. But he lived on a nice street, and there was this lady. She would always come outside and water her grass and her plants and stuff. And one day, I had never spoken to her other than say hi before, but on this particular day, something told me, ask her, does she know what her purpose is? And so I asked her, I was like, do you know why you're here? Do you know where your purpose is? What your purpose is? And she looked at me and she was like, she had this look on her face like, either I'm crazy or she had never thought about it. But she said, no. Do you? And I said, no. And it's like little stuff like that that stands out in my mind, because the questions have always been there. And I've been on this journey for a long time. I say playing this game with myself because I didn't know what I was doing the things for at the time. But now that I look back on it, it's all a part of my purpose. And I'm so thankful, because one thing about it is that I've always gone my own way. I've not been the person that wanted to take people with me on my journey. I've wanted to experience my journey myself. And I really didn't care about what other people thought about me. I've been called so many things: a whore, a liar, bougie, ghetto. The list goes on and on. But it's so funny because it took me to pull away from people to understand who I was. I used to share TMI, but I used to have sex a lot, right? Like, I was addicted. I was addicted to sex, or the feeling that I thought it was giving me. And then I went a period. It was almost 7 years where I didn't have sex at all. And I got to know who I was. I got to know my likes and my dislikes. I got to know what I would accept and what I wouldn't accept. It was one of the loneliest but funnest times in my life to get to know myself. And I would would advise you that if you're looking for your purpose, it's not something that is external. It's not something that you're going to get from someone else. It's not something that you're going to find by looking on the outside. Your purpose lies within. Your purpose is tied to your soul and the agreements that you made before you came here. And I know that last part of what I said might disturb some people, but in what I've experienced in my life, I have come to realize that the story that we have been told since we were babies isn't necessarily the truth. And the way that I found that out was by going within. The way that I found that out was by not just listening to other people's stories, but hearing them, feeling them deeply within myself. It's been a journey. And for a long time, I thought I was sad because of the journey. But it wasn't because of the journey that I was sad. It was because of how we treat each other. It's about how we treat each other. I was picking up on the feelings of others and didn't even realize it. I was carrying the pain around of other people. You become wise when you realize that you don't know anything. And that the little bit that you know may not even be the truth. That's a startling and jarring recollection, or it's like being punched with a sledgehammer, because you know the people around you don't want to hear that. You know that everyone is living in a bubble. And sometimes your bubble bumps into another bubble. Sometimes that other bubble that you bumped into bursts. Sometimes you burst and you got to start over. It's amazing what our finding out what our purpose is here. In my 20s, I thought I had it figured out. Even in my teens, I thought I had it figured out. I thought I knew so much. I thought that I'm going to figure all of this out on my own. And now I'm about to reach a milestone in my life. And I realized I didn't know shit then, and I don't know shit now. Excuse my language, and I don't mean to offend, but I'm gonna be me. I didn't know anything then, and I don't know anything more now. But the things that I do know now is what matters and what counts. And I know that my purpose here is being tied to what my passions are, how I treat others, how I accept responsibility for my actions, how I can forgive myself and others. My purpose may not be to be a singer, an entertainer, like I felt when I was a child, or a poet that I felt I was when I was in my 30s. And not to be rich and famous, you know what I'm saying? My richness is going to come from within. It's what I claim for myself, not what the world can give me. My purpose comes from how I can make someone feel. Did I make that person feel good? Was I able to speak my truth without hurting someone else? It takes a lot of self-preservation and energy to be able to navigate, this world that we live in right now. I know I jump around, but I try to tie it all together because I am passionate about it. What I'm trying to get out to you all, what I'm trying to convey, I'm passionate about it. The world hurts, but I'm still here to put my life experience, my passions, my love on the line to let you all know that you're not alone. The world is what we make it. It's not just my purpose, but it's your purpose. Our purpose together is what makes the change in the world. It's what brings it all together. Say, why? We could ask why all day long. It isn't the why. It's the what. What are we going to do about it? How can our voice be heard? What action are we going to take? I say we because it's not just one person, it's us together that makes the change, the difference. It took a long time for me to realize that. As a child, I was the only daughter. I had 2 children. I was spoiled, rotten. I really was. Mentally, monetarily. Materialistically. So I thought that's how it was supposed to be. I became very selfish. I did not care about how my actions affected others. And then I realized that you do not run from the actions that you take. They circle back around and they come back. We call it karma. But you can't outrun it. So if you do not step into your big shoes, accept responsibility for your own actions, make better choices, one choice at a time, we will always be in a loop, doomed to repeat the same things, have the same people come into our lives that we've always had. But for what is it within us, will you see a change on the outside? You got to change what's on the inside first. Your way of thinking, your beliefs, your practices. It has to change. When we take on a new diet or something, we like to say we didn't do a diet, we made a lifestyle change. You have to start from within. You have to do it from within, whatever that it is that you want to accomplish, you desire to accomplish, you dream to accomplish. Guess what? You can. You can. But it comes from within. It doesn't come, it's not externally. It comes from within. And when you grow, it hurts a little bit. But it's worth it. And it never stops. As long as we're here, we're given chance after chance after chance to stand in who we are. Yes, I did that in the past, but that's not who I am today. Because guess what? I grew. I learned. And it wasn't for other people, it was for myself. I implore you to know yourself. Be proud that you are unique and beautiful in who you are. You may not be the smartest. You may not be the most beautiful. You may not possess qualities that you think other people find admirable. But one thing about it, you are you, and no one can be you better than you. Find your purpose. Love you for you and your uniqueness. It's okay. It is for the best. I guess I'm going to leave that where it is here on Grounded and Galactic. If any of this reached you, if any of this you felt in the pit of your stomach, to know that you don't have to believe, but you know what truth is. Like, subscribe, so we can further this, so we can help more people together, not separate. Before we go, I'm going to show you this. It's a tattoo that I got. It's a 10-pointed star. And in numerology, we add numbers. We add them so that we can break them down to the most basic number, the one-digit numbers, I guess you should say. But the purpose of the tattoo is, out of many, one. You have 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. So I have a 10-pointed star. Out of many, one. Around that star says, as above, so below. We'll talk about it later. More to come. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me. Another video coming shortly.